Welcome to another Numismatic Notes with Benjamin. I am Benjamin, and I thought I'd give you a few more seconds to take a look at this beautiful banknote of Portugal. I had somebody in a recent video in their commentary, as they were cussing and discussing with me things they'd like to see in my channel, wonder if I had any banknotes that had dogs on them. And I started thinking, if you count politicians, I have a whole lot of banknotes with dogs on them. But no, they actually met the canines. And I thought, well, I've done cats before. I've done lions specifically. And so it was pretty easy to find cats on notes, and I thought, well, it would be just as easy to find dogs on notes. Unfortunately, that is not the case. Most of the time, dogs on banknotes can be found in the 1800s and perhaps in the early 1900s from around the world, especially the U.S. But to find dogs on banknotes, as a general rule, for the popularity they are as a pet, and as much as they are mixed in with humanity, they don't really appear a lot in the banknote records. So you might want to add to this list and press the like button, subscribe to my channel, and enjoy this and all my other more than 200 videos as we explore today the theme of dogs on banknote. And no, this gentleman on the front of the note is not the dog in question. The dog found on this 100 escudos of Portugal can be found on the back. And no, I don't mean the big dogs that have humans on them. I think some of the native peoples in the New World thought that those were dogs. Not the case. But if you look around here and all the people and all the horses and all the mass of humanity, there is a dog somewhere in there. And I think it's right here. You see where these two men have taken their hats off and they're doffing it to whoever probably these royalty are, or leaders of the country are. There's a little white dog hiding there, and I'm like, does this really count as a dog on a banknote? And unfortunately, if I don't count things like that, there's very few banknotes with dogs on them. We're going to move over to Argentina. So, don't cry for me. Don't cry for me, Argentina, because I'm a millionaire with this note. This is 1,000,000 pesos of Argentina. And no, our dog is not San Martin. The dog in question on this note appears in another humanity scene in front of one of the government buildings. And this is probably some of the declaration scenes of the nation, because it commemorates the 25th of May of 1810. My takeaway from this is, yeah, let's have money for the buildings and let's not put anything into roads or pavement, because there is rutted dirt and very unattractive. But when you look at this series, you have folks dressed in their best to walk through the mud. You have wagons. You have that mob of humanity. And then right over here, you have a dog sitting on his haunches. Isn't that sad that the only dogs I can find are miniature dogs in some of these series? We're moving to Europe for this 100 franc note of Belgium. And I always thought that was a rather Asian-looking face there, but apparently this is some of the art and the style of this person. And yet, we have Basque here and we have a fan, so it could be some Asian. I know this is the time of Europe where Japonica and things Asian were becoming extremely popular, and that's Esser. And if you turn it over and you look at the seaside scene, you have waves, you have people in ridiculous bathing suits from this time period. You have wagons, which aren't really wagons, but they're changing houses on wheels, and most people had their own. So they're kind of like little beach huts, and people didn't have to be immodest. They could change inside the wagons. And you're like, oh my God, where is the dog on this in Swaggerty? And I'm going to tell you right now that the dog on this note is sitting on this wheel right here. There was some debate as to whether or not it was a cat, but since there's a cat right next to the dog, it seemed like it was kind of easy for me to tell that is probably a dog right there. You'll have to get this note for yourself and look closer. But we're going to go back to Portugal, which, I have to say they do a pretty good job of designing notes. And here we have, who is that? We have John of Barros from 1496 to 1570, looking all Elizabethan with that little ruffled collar and that fantastic beard. He could fit right into 2020s, couldn't he? Here's a map of the world, and there's Africa, there's Europe, and there's parts of Asia. There's Brazil, which is the only part you see a little bit of things from the New World, but you got angels, it looks like, with harps and guitars playing music. And on the back, we have this gorgeous scene of exploration, and we have a compass rose of some sort here. We have caravels or ships, and over here, amongst all the other animals, we have an elephant. We've got birds. We've got other critters, and I feel like we must have had a dog somewhere. Oh, right here. Although that may not be a dog because it's spotted, and so it could be a leopard. So this might have masqueraded as a dog and not be a dog, y'all. So if you find out more than that, let me know. We're going to move over here to Vanuatu, which is in the Australian Pacific realm of the world. And this is a Bank of Vanuatu, 200 Vatu. And you don't see a dog on this side of the note. You do see pig teeth, and you do see a warrior chief with a weapon here that serves as the theme or the logo or the badge of Vanuatu. And the pidgin English used here says, "Long God, you me stand up." So that's a kind of pidgin English, and I think you can kind of figure out what the value or what the meaning of that note must be based on how close it is to English. But it's here on this side of the note that I think we see the dog. And you have a statue of people pointing. They love that. They love statues where they're pointing off into the distance. And many times it seems like they must be pointing off to a better way of life. I don't really know. But we have a mass of humanity over here. And so because there is a mass of humanity, there must be a dog in there somewhere. And if you look, there's a naked kid. And then there is a dog just lounging down, wondering what all the action is going on. And it looks to be some sort of village scene. And there's your little white dog right there, taking it easy and ignoring all the lovely events of a national significance going around them. The final note I'm going to share with you in this video is an Isle of Man 20-pound banknote. And on the front of the note, you have Queen Elizabeth, you have the badge of the nation, you have an outline of the nation, and you have some fantastic lathe work. And the watermark of the nation is a repeat of, the Triskelion or the Triskeles here in the center of the note. But it's when you look at the back of the note that you can be impressed. You have a picture of the Lady Isabella, or the Laxey wheel, Lady Isabella, which was used to pump waters out of the mines. And this was one of the big mines. And this is one of the big wheels on the Isle of Man. And here's the mass of humanity. So as we've discovered on banknotes, anytime there is a mass of humanity, there is a dog somewhere. In this case, there's also Elvis. Let's see. Here's Elvis right here. You see that? That looks like Elvis or that guy from Greece. Right there. And he would be a dog, but over here is actually a dog right here. A nice, looks like a little greyhound to me, but I'm like, where's the tail? But there you go, folks. Not a lot going on, and certainly not dogs that are identifiable by name or by breed, but they are dogs nonetheless. So please like and subscribe to my channel. Please cuss and discuss with me. Enjoy my other videos and pass around my channel. I'm Benjamin. This is Numismatic Notes with Benjamin. Have a jewel of a day.